We are going to do this all over again. Hey, happy Monday. What a great weekend we had. It was absolutely phenomenal. We were very busy. We hosted a couple of open houses. We had some great traffic came through, and we had an opportunity to also do some yard work around the house. So today, feeling a little bit of a little soreness, but we're going to kick this in and make it all worthwhile. So, hey, listen, all right. So over the weekend, I was really trying to figure out what would be a great way from an introduction perspective on our flight plan. So remember, the goal for this was to really be able to share some things that we can do on a weekly basis, some tips and things that are beneficial for the agents. And so I worked on a description for our group and for this particular, I don't even know if it's called a podcast. I'm not sure what we want to call it, but anyway, it's just a video. So anyway, I was working on all this, and so here's what I came up with. And so anyway, welcome to the Flight Plan, your go-to destination for navigating the skies of productivity in the world of real estate. I'm thrilled to be your eagle on this 20-minute journey each week as we chart a course through the vast landscape of tips and tricks for effective weekly planning for the real estate world. Buckle up, Eagle Network, whether you're a seasoned professional or soaring into the world of real estate for the very first time. Join me as we explore strategies to optimize your week, elevate your productivity, and ensure a smooth flight towards real estate success. Get ready for a weekly dose of insights, inspiration, and actionable steps to keep you on course. So sit back, relax, and let's take flight on the flight plan together. Clear skies and productive weeks ahead. Now, the real question, did I write that or did ChatGPT write it? Well, actually, ChatGPT did. And so what I did was kind of entered in some prompts on what I thought I wanted to write, and then it kind of enhanced it and made it sound a lot more special than I wrote it myself. So anyway, have fun with some ChatGPT. I think that's a great way. It's free. Go in, learn how to be better at writing social media posts. It'll give you some opportunities there, but try to be authentic in all of this. So several things in there I actually asked it to include, but it actually made the write-up pretty cool. So I'm very happy about that. So one other thing that I also wanted to share with you guys today is a story of thinking outside the box. So last March, we had an opportunity to list a property for a past client. We got the property on the market, and during one of our open houses, some customers came in and they fell in love with the house. And they had one challenge. They had some identity theft that they were trying to work on getting cleared up, and that it was going to take several months for them to do that. So what we did was we worked out an agreement. The seller really needed to sell the property, so we worked out a purchase agreement where I actually bought the property direct from the seller, and then I in turn leased the home back to the shoppers, so the customers. So they became our tenants. And then we worked out a deal on the purchase price of a property so that they could purchase the home. Well, our original thought was, well, let's purchase it in November. Well, they still had some struggles with the previous lender and couldn't quite get it all done. So in December, I introduced them to our mortgage professional, which is Tammy Goodman, and she and her name, the mortgage girl, met with them, and she worked out a game plan to help them get their strategies in line to where they could close on the home. And we're real happy to say that they are now officially homeowners. Tammy did a wonderful job on getting their previous issues cleared up and getting the clear to close so that we could close last week. I think it's important to think outside the box, and I really appreciate what Tammy did to help them. She got their stuff cleared out, and we were able to close, where the other lender never followed up, just never checked in with them the last 2 months, and didn't really know that they were choosing a different mortgage professional until closer to the very end, where we had to actually terminate their agreement with the previous mortgage company. So anyway, think outside the box. This is what this is really all about, is coming up with a game plan for success for real estate. And it's not always a one-way street. You always have to adapt and be ready for those types of things. So today's topic is a couple things. What we want to do is talk about your social media connection plan that will then in turn lead into our scripts and role play opportunities. So several years ago, I got introduced to a real estate coach. His name is Hank of Inc. And he actually shared a daily, what he calls a 50, 20, 5, and 1 plan. And this can vary from individual to individual. But anyway, what I've taken this to mean is that I want to have 50 social likes and 50 interactions with people. And it could be on Facebook, it could be on Instagram, TikTok, wherever you're spending the majority of your time on social media. Come up with this 50, 20, 5, 1 game plan. Hank did a great job explaining all of this. And so here we are, 50 social likes and interactions that then in turn lead to 20 comments that in turn lead into 5 direct messages, which lead us to the one most important thing of the day, a real estate conversation. And you're going to come up with your own conversion rates and all these different types of things. But here's 2 things actually that we've started doing. I love sending birthday messages. I get to go through and see whose birthday it is today. I can determine if it's somebody I haven't spoken to in a really long time. I can go in and look at their profiles. It's a great way to, in addition to saying happy birthday, go and see some of the things that they're doing. Facebook doesn't always share every single detail with every single one of your friends with you. So that's the number one way to interact with people. The second is through your memories. You know, if you were to click on the memories button and start scrolling through it and then seeing all the people that interacted with you on that particular post, whether it's 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, whenever it is, click on the people that engaged and look through the comments. This is another fabulous way to re-engage with people. You might find that people came into your life and now they're out of it. People unfriend you for political or religious reasons. A lot of different things. People can get butthurt about certain things and they just can't have casual conversations. And I'm actually happy that they move on because it's one less person that I've got to keep up with. Now, I love learning about different types of things. So I love when people will engage my thoughts, and I want to engage their thoughts on what they're thinking, because this is where you learn in those types of things, and that's where relationships are built, is the going back and forth. So 2 great ways to re-engage with your database. But 50, 25, 1 is a fabulous way to do it. 50 interactions, which leads to 20 comments on an actual post, which leads to 5 direct messages either through Facebook Messenger or a text, and then it leads to 1 solid real estate conversation. And if you want to have 2 real estate conversations, bump it up to 100, 40, 10, 2. A lot of different ways to do that. So what we want to do is we want to be very purposeful about social media stuff, because we want to turn the purpose into business practices. And the more engagement you have in all this stuff, everything that you do should have a goal. It should have targets, and success rates are built on those types of targets. And are you successfully hitting those? So either write it down or have some kind of things beside you, but always do that. I feel like I do it enough today that it's embedded in my brain. It's very common for me to get up in the morning and start the process. And so I know that through my social media interactions, I'm scaling to the 50-25-1 plan every single day. So I want to give a shout out to Hank for coming up with that strategy. Really, really appreciate that. So this gets us to the big part of today's flight plan, and that's scripts and role play. Now, if you don't have an accountability partner, I encourage you to get your butt out there and get one. You need to make sure that you're having somebody that you can bounce your ideas back and forth, but have that opportunity to pretend. Someone's a buyer, someone's a client, someone's the agent, someone's the listing client, someone's someone who's you're trying to reach back out to that you haven't talked to in a really long time. It may be a new internet lead, how to have those types of discussions. And one of the things that role play will do is it will strengthen your conversations. It will create the memory of, hey, this person said this, I should say that. Role play is huge in the development of your real estate business. We all need to know what types of scripts are we using. Through the years, I've talked to a lot of agents that say, Rick, I don't like scripts. I'm just very engaged. And I would say that may be true. However, you might be missing out on something, learning how to use particular words in scripts that are adapted to your style of language, but those are the ones that create the highest level of engagement. So at least read them multiple times. Say them out loud several times so that you can hear your voice saying these things. But scripts and role play are super important in the development of your real estate business. Find an accountability partner, someone that you can run your ideas through, and this is someone that both people win. both sides of the role play partners win. And eventually you'll get to a spot where all these scripts become very natural to you. I know that when I'm sitting out and hanging around with agents and they'll go, Rick, my gosh, you just seem to just kind of just rolls right off of your tongue. Well, it's because I practiced scripts and role play through the years. And so I listen to what other people are saying. And then I know that what they're asking or what they're saying triggers the way I should respond to those types of things. So scripts and role play are super, super important. Through the years, I got connected with a great mastermind group. And one of the things that they came up with was a script called LP Mama. And LP Mama is a great way, if you can remember this, but it's location, where they looking. So imagine if you had, and it really doesn't matter who you talk to. If you kind of just practice the LP Mama dialogue, this becomes almost as a quick way to determine what their motivations look like. So you've got L is location. Hey, y'all want to know where are they looking? I mean, that's really important, right? So if I'm going to help you set something up, I need to know where. Then you need to know price. What's their budget? What are they looking for? So what's their price range? And then the motivation piece comes in. So location, price, and then their motivation. How fast are they looking to buy or sell? Now, next big question, location, price, motivation. Are you working with another agent? So that's the A, LP Mama, location, price, motivation, agent. Are you working with an agent? M is for mortgage. Are they buying with cash or will they need financing? Now, this is a great question when you're first meeting with somebody, is to know whether or not they've actually had some conversations with a mortgage professional. Now, I will tell you this, I don't require mortgage approvals to go show the first property that comes up. If somebody is an internet lead and they want to go see a home, I'm scheduling the appointment because the ultimate goal, the A, is the appointment. Location, price, motivation. Are you working with an agent? Do you currently have mortgage financing? And when would you like to get together? So it's that simple. So when you're thinking about your dialogues with the different people, this is a great way to get it set up. LP Mama. Hi, my name's Rick. I'm with LPT Realty. I'm calling because of whatever that may be. You registered on our website or a friend referred me to you. I got your information from this particular resource. So always be thinking about how you got this person's information so that you can legitimately share that with them. If they say, well, I'm looking at a particular property. So like, well, great. That neighborhood is beautiful. Is this an area you want to focus in on? Hey, tell me what made you think about this particular area. Now you're going to learn about, is it schools? Is it location and commute to work? So these are great ways to really kind of discover where they really are looking for. Now, from the price perspective, budgets can range tremendously. Somebody might be well qualified to buy a $500,000 home, but only want to spend $300,000. Somebody might only be qualified for $300,000, but wants to look at $500,000 homes. There's a couple sides to this story as well, is that which is which. Do you, not show somebody something that they possibly can't afford? Well, I ran into this situation one time where we had an approval, and this was probably, 8 or 9 years ago. We had an approval for right around $275,000, $280,000 was their mortgage approval. And we looked at a bunch of houses and we couldn't find what they were looking for. And every house was too small, it didn't have this, it didn't have that. And they kept sending me different properties that were priced higher than that. And so instead of just saying, I can't show you those, you're not approved for it, I asked a really simple question. If we go look at these types of things and we find something that really fits the bill, how are you going to make up the difference from your approval with cash? And ironically, what I discovered by asking that simple question was whatever the difference was, the wife's father was going to make up the difference. So he was willing to invest up to $100,000 to help them get into the home that they wanted with a gift. So just because somebody's approved for a certain spot, don't discount how much they're going to be able to come up with out of their own savings to upgrade or to buy to get gifts from other people. So it's always important to know, and this goes through the role play side of things. Imagine if somebody asks you these types of things and you just put this brick wall up and go, well, I can't show you those types of houses. You're not qualified. You don't know what their influence is and where they could gain additional resources for that. So price is fluid, and you need to learn more about that opportunity. Now, As far as motivation goes, are they being relocated? Do they need to start a job? Do they have kids that are growing into specific school zones and they want to change because they're graduating from one grade and going to the next? So, we need to know all those things about their motivation. A buyer could have their home under contract and they will be homeless in 30 days. And so that speeds up their side of things. Now, as far as the agent goes, here's great questions to determine if they've been working with another agent. And this is the one that I find that I say a lot of. So how long have you been looking for homes? If they say, oh, we've been looking for 6 months, and then that goes into, well, are you just shopping at open houses, or are you actually getting into homes using the benefit of having a real estate agent? And then that's when they're going to start telling you about some things. Well, I've looked with different agents, and then you can ask questions like, well, have you found an agent that you want to work with, or has there been somebody that sets themselves apart? Who do you like? Is there some things that I can show you? We have a tremendous buyer consultation. Are you under agreement? You have to know how to cultivate this part of the Q&A so that you could then decide if this is somebody that you want to work with going forward. So, obviously, I like to ask a simple question. Hey, I see you're asking about this particular property. Will you be paying cash for this home today? And usually you get a chuckle. It's like, oh, well, no, I'm not going to be paying cash. I'm going to have some financing. I don't know who pay cash for a house. Well, great. Do you currently have a mortgage professional that you're working with? And they'll say yes or no. Even if they say yes, I am working with a mortgage professional, I always ask them this question. If I could introduce you to another lender that could possibly save you a couple of $1,000s on your down payment, plus maybe get you a lower interest rate, would you be open to that conversation? And most people want to save money on their down payment and they want to save money on the interest rate. So typically they're going to say yes. The second opinion matters. So then you have your trusted mortgage professionals. In my case, I would always refer them back over to Tammy, because if you refer to the story earlier today, I love how she thinks outside the box to be able to help people find the right mortgage plan for their purchase. So now, once we've got the agent out of the way, we have the understanding of what their financing situation is going to look like. Set that appointment. Get the appointment. No matter what, get in front of somebody. Even if you've got to meet them at a Starbucks, if you've got to meet them at the house, meet up with that particular person. Showcase your talents. Have some collateral, some type of thing that says why you're a great real estate agent. Have it in a white folder with a couple slots. Put a couple things in there, slide some testimonials in it so that past clients of what they've raved about your ability to help them. Let's say it's your first transaction. You've never sold a home before. Have some personal recommendations. Have some family that says, oh my gosh, you're going to love working with Rick. He's super helpful. He's loving this opportunity to help people. You are going to absolutely love your time with Rick in the purchase of your next property. So get the appointment. No matter what, get the appointment. Here's another great way for a scripts dialogue. And I would encourage you to use this with people that you already know, people that you're just checking in with. Just think of it from a Ford perspective. I personally drive a Ford F-150, so this becomes really easy for me. I want to ask them about their family. Hey, my gosh, it's been a long time. How are you and the family doing? They'll go into some of their thoughts on what's going on with their family. Things are really good. Man, the O is your occupation. So tell me, man, how's everything going at work? You still enjoying working at this company, or do you see yourself transitioning down the road into another company? How's your business? How's everything going with your projects that are going on with work? They'll fill you in on all this. R stands for recreation. Well, man, I see that you've gone on a trip. You've done your pre-call stalk. You understand that they just went to the Rockies or they went to Denver. How was that? Man, your photos looked awesome. Tell me about your last trip. Or maybe they went whitewater rafting or whatever. So you want to find out that. And the last is the D in the Ford process is dreams. So, man, tell me what's coming up. What are you guys dreaming about in the future? What would you like to see happen for you and your family? These are great ways to have relationship building conversations. Family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. Man, tell me about your family. How's everything going at work? What have you done for fun? Hey, next 6 months, perfect thing to do, most ideal thing, crazy. What would you do? What would be the biggest dream vacation you could go in on? And man, they'll tell you. And then encourage them. Well, what can I do to help you get there? Those are relationship building scripts. Super simple, super easy. LP Mama, if you would like to have a copy of this, I'm happy to send it to you. Easy stuff. Send me a direct message. I'll send you the PDF guide. It's got some great little questions on there that you can ask. Ford's super simple. Just go get you a Ford logo and tape it to your desk or wherever you're making your phone calls. Drive a Ford. I don't know what the Chevy type stuff could look like. I'm sure it's probably something intriguing as well, but I prefer the Ford side of things simply because I'm a Ford guy. So anyway, happy Monday. I'm sorry we had some challenges earlier this morning, and so we weren't able to make this live. This is a rebroadcast, but at the end of the day, I want you to really go out, have some conversations, find that accountability partner, find somebody that's going to help you sharpen your ideals for how you want to grow and develop your ability to have better conversations. Find that accountability partner. Do it today. And let's make this a great week. Hope you guys get some good stuff out of this. Have some great conversations. Write down 50, 20, 5, and then 1. Let me know how your conversations are going. If you're able to hit those metrics, I really think things will change for you fantastically if you do that. And you will continue to soar like an eagle and not trot like a turkey. So it was a great flight plan today. Happy Monday, and make it a great week. And I am looking forward to seeing how all of you succeed in real estate. Bless you guys.